We can calculate it as 2 years, so you would let us know, hey, I have 3 semesters to graduate, because we need to know all the costs until graduation, so that we can look at your current status and see how we can help you further. So if you have 3 semesters, it would be 1.5 years. So if you have 1 year cost, we'll multiply it with 1.5 and see this is the overall cost until graduation. And if you don't know what your costs are, you can always go to the website of your school and program that should be able to walk you through. And as you can see, we will put your financial plan together. If you have any funding like families helping, you have personal funds, you have scholarship, your employer currently is helping, we need to know that they're available funds to, not already spent funds or promised funds like scholarship. So if you look at this as an example, your cost, let's say in US dollars, is $60,000, and you told us I have family funding, scholarship, which is total $42,000 until graduation. So what we will do here is we will see funding gaps, subtracting your overall costs until graduation, minus what funding is available to you, to say how much you need from Empower. Because you're able to calculate this if you look at the requested loan amount section, you can start from funding gap, and then you can add that amount. If you think that this isn't correct, you can always go back and then check your finances. Depends on the school, you may be able to cover your living expenses, traveling, laptops, etc. Then the maximum that you may qualify for a lifetime is $100,000 US. What can happen here is if we don't need any additional information other than the documents, because we will always need the documents after your written application. We'll tell you that you can be conditionally approved for a certain amount, which is, for this application, you can get X amount basically. The maximum you can apply per semester is $50,000 US, and the maximum for a lifetime is $100,000. In this application, let's say you want it for 2 semesters, which is an academic year. You maybe having an application that is over $50,000 in one. However, if you want for one semester 60,000, we're unable to do that currently. It needs to be maximum $20,000. And in the end, after you fill out the other information, we'll ask for your ID. If you have passports, that would be great. If you don't, you can give one of the government issued IDs, such as driver's license, state ID, other government IDs, national IDs that you can use, so then we can move to the next stage. These are the steps that you need to take to start the loan application with Empower Financing. Please visit us at empowerfinancing.com.
So I studied the 10 most powerful empires of the last 500 years and the last 3 reserve currencies. It took me through the rise and decline of the Dutch Empire and the guilder, the British Empire and the pound, the rise and early decline in the United States Empire and the dollar, and the decline and rise of the Chinese Empire and its currency, as well as the rise and decline of the Spanish, German, French, Indian, Japanese, Russian, and Ottoman empires, along with their significant conflicts, as measured in this chart. To understand China's patterns better, I also studied the rise and fall of Chinese dynasties and their monies back to the year 600. Because looking at all these measures at once can be confusing, I'll focus on the 4 most important ones: the Dutch, British, US, and Chinese. You'll quickly notice the pattern. Now let's simplify the form a bit. As you can see, they transpired in overlapping cycles that lasted about 250 years, with 10 to 20-year transition periods between them. Typically, these transitions have been periods of great conflict, because leading powers don't decline without a fight. So how am I measuring an empire's power? In this study, I used 8 metrics. Each country's measure of total power is derived by averaging them together. They are education, inventiveness and technology development, competitiveness in global markets, economic output, share of world trade, military strength, the power of their financial center for capital markets, and the strength of their currency as a reserve currency. Because these powers are measurable, we can see how strong each country is now, was in the past, and whether they're rising or declining. By examining the sequences from many countries, we can see how a typical cycle transpires. And because the wiggles can be confusing, we can simplify it a bit to focus on the pattern of cause-effect relationships that drive the rise and decline of a typical empire. As you can see, better education typically leads to increased innovation and technology development, and with a lag, the establishment of the currency as a reserve currency. You can also see that these forces then declined in a similar order, reinforcing each other's decline. Let's now look at the typical sequence of events going on inside a country that produces these rises and declines. In a nutshell, the big cycle typically begins after a major conflict, often a war, establishes the new leading power and the new world order. Because no one wants to challenge this power, a period of peace and prosperity typically follows. As people